Maybe. Yeah, there's no in-game music because I turned it off.
It adds a lot of loads, or load time, I believe.
Yeah. Oh, and then,
no, he's gonna be playing it. I think in the he'll be playing the soundtrack in the background.
uh-oh.
Sure. Just messing with my computer. All good. Oh,
Can't,
one sec.
try enter. Enter works. Yeah. And I don't know if you want to mess with the sound of this. Well, trying to see if it goes to the next track. Alright, well, this is Eternal Daughter, and gonna be 100%. I'm Azurinel. Hope you guys enjoy it. And I'm ready in 3, 2, 1, go. So, mistake right off the bat. That's a good start. This game was released in 2002 by Black Eye Software, which is Derek Yu and John Perry. And you might know Derek Yu's name from games like Spelunky and Aquaria. And I think this is the first game they worked on. And has a lot of takes a lot from games like Mega Man and Metroid, stuff like that. And right here I'm just going to grab the knife, which is the first sub-weapon in the game. We don't use it too much, but it is 100%. It's going to help me a little bit, about, I don't know, 7 minutes into the game. That's about it. Here's the first real boss. And he's dead. The way I did that was I just fully charge a shot, and then if I release and jump and attack at the same time, the exact same time, you'll just keep firing fully charged shots, which normally take like, I don't know, 1.5, 2 seconds to charge. So we abuse that to get through the game, or at least the bosses, very quickly. And you also see I'm doing these slides, and they make me go a lot faster. That's not good, but the way it works is I just canceled the animation. That's unfortunate. If I don't get through here unscathed this time, I'll just duck under these bats. I kill them so that I can get the mana that they might drop. There's a lot of randomness in this game. And they didn't drop any, which is unfortunate, but... Alright, we got that trick. That trick is like the first really difficult one in this game. Oops. You need to get enough momentum to make that jump. I'll go ahead and do a safety save here, because this area is actually pretty difficult. This is the mines, and you don't normally want to come down here this early in the game, because everything does so much damage.
Is there anything that blocks you from going down here in the early game, or is it just difficult to do?
It's just really difficult. It's really easy to get down. That's unfortunate. And very difficult to get back up. Oof. I got scared there. And as you can see, the enemies take a while to kill too. Luckily, for the most part, you can skip the vast majority of enemies in this game using the speed boosts. And the reason we came down here was to get that, which is double jump, which is going to open up a lot of ability to skip enemies and get extra items. I'm going to grab this just as safety. Normally I wouldn't, but... Okay, so now we're just going to be climbing out of the mine, and while this happens, I'll try to explain again about the movement skills in this game. And like I said, you get these slides, and if you cancel the animation, you don't decelerate through the slide animation, so you just keep your momentum, and that's how you get through the game really quickly.
Is there anything you're using to cancel that animation, or is it just...
Yeah, we use if you leave the ground during the animation, you cancel it, or ooh, that was really close. If you just hold your attack button down. So there's a couple ways to activate it, and you just have to know which one to use. The quicker you activate them, the faster you go. So if your fingers aren't fast enough, you just won't get enough momentum to do some tricks, you just lose time in general. Actually, I'm going to save it there just because I really want to show a trick off. There's a very, very low chance that I'll mess it up, but if I do, that's very unfortunate. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and explain the trick also. And that's... there we go. And the way this is going to work, if I can get over here, is... alright, let's just show it off. If whatever you're standing on is high enough, it's close enough to the ceiling, you can go through the ceiling. So, I just abuse him to let me get over here and get this guy, which is the familiar. And I'm going to now... well, he's going to pick stuff up for me, like mana, so I can use the sub-weapons and heart pieces if I take damage. And you'll see why I've been picking up the double jump, because it lets me get to this area much quicker. It also lets me get this heart piece that you would normally have to wait to get. Oh, that's unfortunate. Here's the, I guess, second boss in the game, and we should make quick work of him. Maybe not. He's invulnerable right now. Normally I can kill him before he gets to this spot, but and just use some damage boost to get through here. This is actually one of the more difficult parts in the game because I'm very likely to die. I'm gonna actually wait for this guy. If I did it quick enough, I wouldn't have to wait on him at all, but unload the area just so I can despawn those ghosts that spawn. So, as far as the story goes, you start off as a slave, and you kill the slave master, who also happens to be your stepfather, and your mother tells you to go and escape, because obviously you just killed the slave master, so it's probably a good idea. And then we get told to come up here and talk to the guys that we just spoke with. And I'm making a lot of mistakes right now. But it happens. And they just told us to go talk to this guy in Dungaga City, which is the race of people that have enslaved our race. And we're going to try and make peace with them. So that's where we're going right now. And I swear those crabs right there are like always in the exact place where you're gonna land. It is unfathomable. As
Spike was saying earlier, they're pretty good linebackers, huh?
Something like that, yeah. This is like the only area we need the knives for, and I totally messed it up, but there we go. So most of my playing of this game, I hardly ever stream, and so I really don't have too much practice talking to the game. I did do like a few streams, like just very brief, like run-throughs before this event.
What drew you to this game the first time?
Well, I found it in about when was that? Like 08.
Okay.
And it was just really difficult. I couldn't get through, like, probably this boss right here coming up. It took me forever to get just through this. And eventually I found a something of a speed run of this game by TJP7154. One second. I have to kind of concentrate when I'm doing that. And it just really inspired me to get back into the game and speedrun it. And he and I worked together to improve the routes of the game and strategy of some of the bosses. There's some stuff that he had found originally. There we go. And then stuff that I found. And he doesn't run the game anymore though. He like pretty much never ran it seriously. He did like one 80% run. Oops. I want to swap back to knives so I can get out of here. And I should have taken a safety save back there, because I'm also very likely to die right here. Woo.
Yeah, movement speed without the dash is it's a lot slower, isn't it?
It is. It's so slow. You go about hold on. I'm gonna take a safety save. You go about 3 to 3.5 times faster when you have max speed. But so now I'm finally in the clear for a little bit here, and I'm gonna be coming down here and playing hide and seek with this guy you briefly saw. And he's actually right below me. I'm not gonna go to him just yet. There's an interesting thing that I discovered in this game, which is if you take damage. I messed it up. Oh well. If you take damage while I'm on these save points, you can start moving again, and you can still save the game. So we get somewhat of a save warp, which we're gonna use twice. We're gonna use it here, and just come over here and get the wall jump, which does a lot more. It's necessary partly because it's 100%, and you can't finish the game without it. But oops. Oh. Maybe I should keep pressing jump. That's probably a good idea, right?
It's pretty funny how the save menu just stayed right where it was. Even
Yeah,
though
it doesn't move at all. There we go. And but it does more harm than good, honestly. The wall jump. Like, it didn't work just there when I wanted it to work, and it's gonna work a whole bunch when I don't want it to work.
It just makes your movement a lot more complicated sometimes.
Yeah, you just can't jump next to walls, basically, because if you press jump next to a wall now, you're gonna wall jump. Oh, hold on. Most of the text in this game you can skip by pressing escape, and pretty much all of that guy's text you can't do that with. I just hit escape out of habit. Oh, I tried to do a little trick where you just wall jump off of all of those, but it's very fickle. So now I have more scrolls, which I didn't explain. Oh, that's unfortunate. The scrolls, but they increase the power of my attacks and also the range that they have. So I think I have 3 now. I can't really see the numbers on the screen, it's too far away, but you can see that I'm only killing these things in 3 hits now instead of 4. Oops. Do a bunch more tricks. It's more fun run than any %, which is a lot more just intense. The wall jump anyway. Let's see, 100%. 100% and any % are almost exactly the same for like the first 18 minutes, and then they finally diverge. When the next time we're gonna come up here, I'm gonna grab a heart piece that's underwater, and that's the part where 100% and any % defer, and then 100% we just get to fight a bunch of extra boss fights and do a bunch more tricks. It's more fun run than any %, which is a lot more just intense, I would say.
What's the difference in time between them?
Hold on. Okay, I do have enough mana. I couldn't see that. But, my best time in any percent is 23:35, and then 100%, which I don't really touch too much anymore, is 39:20, I believe. I haven't tried to improve that time in a long time, but it's definitely improvable by a lot.
So about 15 minutes or so.
Yeah, but now here you're gonna see one of the most. I messed it up. So you can drown in this game, and the way it works is you get like a breath bar, I guess. Maybe this one will work. Oh, nope. And so I have to get out of the water after getting this scroll. But the way these fish spawn is... Oh, am I gonna get it? Nope. That's unfortunate. It's random. I'm only gonna give this a few tries. I'm actually getting kind of lucky right now in that, sometimes they'll just be like right there and you can... I'll do this one more... that was weird. Let me just load up the game again. Sounds like a good idea, right?
Oh, that's weird. Okay.
I'm pretty sure I didn't hit exit there. Oh. It's fine. It only takes like a second. Alright, one more time, and then I'll just keep going and pretend that I will just need to get it later. Use the old route. And I think I got it this time. So that's good. Alright, yeah.
There we go.
Basically, I would reset there if I didn't get it on like the third try.
So what exactly is happening there? Like, are the iframes from the fish allowing you to stay underwater longer? Or are you clipping into the wall or something? What's the...
I just use the fish to give me a boost of speed. Because if you're underwater, you don't start your run animation to start moving faster. Good, I got that trick. And so I just need the fish to boost me so I can get out without dying, basically. So now we're just going to be going towards the Grodal area, which is big green guys. And we don't get to talk to them, if I can speak. Yes. But they have their own language, and the developers actually made it to where you can translate it to English. It took me too long to get up here, so that guy was in the way. And it doesn't really matter that I took damage there because there's the heart. But that heart there is the only optional thing in any percent, and I get it anyway because it makes the tower level much easier. I'll probably get through that with only 1 or 2 life at multiple parts. But we're gonna come kill this boss, which is the first boss that can actually kill us. And the reason that he can kill us is he spawns these worms, and they are completely random. Okay. We should be able to get to the rest of it. But they're random in where they spawn off of him. So if you get unlucky, you just get slaughtered, simply put. Oh, I'm bad. I was trying to go for something there where you can actually, for some reason, clip through that last wall. I've only done it a few times though. Oops. There we go. And just come down here. I'm gonna need a lot more mana. This next boss fight is gonna drain all of my mana again, just like the one that I just fought. And that's a few minutes away, so I will have to stop and just farm from some mana, which is actually really quick because of the familiar, which is the reason we get it. I don't know if like basically I get to set the rules for what constitutes 100% in this game because I'm the only person that runs it. So I don't know if getting the familiar in the first place is even necessary, because eventually we upgrade the familiar, and he allows us to fly, but we wouldn't need to get him in the first place to get that upgrade. And there's another thing that's coming up, and it will... I don't get it, because it's just pretty pointless to get, but in the game it actually increases the percentage that says you've done. And I'll kind of show it. You'll just see the guy. You're supposed to save him, but we don't like saving people. We just want to kill the boss. Okay. So this is going to be the last time we come up here, which is good, because it takes a bit. It doesn't like seem that fast. I made a mistake. I need to come over here, grab this, and just come over here and grab this. Old habits. And 47 mana, so I think that's what it says is good enough.
Yeah.
Oops. Okay. Well, the random music is just because we're playing a soundtrack, which it's the 10-year anniversary soundtrack.
I believe you mentioned in the past this game has very bad loads or something when you have the game's in-game soundtrack going. Is that correct?
Every time the music changes in this game, whether you change locations like maps, 1 second, or pick up a power up just like I did there, the game will freeze for okay, got it. Like 1.5 seconds to 2 seconds, and there's a lot of those throughout the run. So as you can imagine, by just turning off the music in the game, you're gonna save like several minutes. I have no idea how much time it actually saves, but I would imagine 100% is probably like 4 or 5 minutes.
As well as just keeping a better pace for the run, I assume.
Definitely, yeah. So that guy right there, we could save him, but we aren't going to.
Shoutouts to kill the animals?
Something like that, yeah. And these, I think those statues are on a global timer, but I'm not sure if when the timer starts, if that's random or not. Because sometimes, but sometimes it seems like they're just not in sync with where you want them to be. And that boss right there is actually one of the most difficult bosses in the game, especially casually. You can't damage him until you get rid of all the flies that he has around him when the fight starts. And the fastest way to do that is just use hammers, but you probably won't have all of your hammers when you go into that fight. Let's see if I get lucky here. Oh, that's unfortunate. But I have enough health to get through this fight without any problems. And you're going to see something fun here. This boss, he doesn't damage you when he touches you like most enemies do. These dogs do. Oh, that's unfortunate. Hold on. Ah, okay. The dogs died really fast there for some reason. But you can stun lock him, basically. Normally he just flies back up into the ceiling after you hit him like 2 or 3 times, and the fight takes a long time. But stun lock is very strong. And I've kind of have just like a route for these rooms. They're extremely dangerous. So you don't really see me using the like fast movement text because I wouldn't be able to get through. I did a segmented run of this game of oops. I don't know if I did it of 100% or any percent. Okay, no, it wasn't any percent. And it took me hours and hours to do these tower segments. Oops. Just because of I was trying to get through it with like the best luck. Like I've said, there's a good number of randomness in the game, like the attacks enemies do, and just where they spawn sometimes, the movements they take.
Is this random where those green things are going to explode, or is that...
Those right there, just the animations.
Yeah, or is it just the animation?
Nah, they're just animations.
Oh, okay. I was wondering, it looked like you were trying to avoid them for a second. It looked like they had like a hitbox or something.
Nah. That's just nice artwork. But, so after defeating those bosses, I get the Mojack, which is the third sub-weapon in the game. I'm going to use it to stick into walls, and you can stand on it. And if you remember when I got the familiar, if whatever you're standing on is too close to the ceiling, you can go through the ceiling. I don't know, didn't need to save there, but oh well. And yeah, we're going to use that to skip large portions of the game. Fun times. So I got to load up on mana first. If I do this right, the familiar will spawn like in the middle of the room, like right there. I can't see. Let's get one more. Just to be safe. Marathon strats. In any percent, I'd only go with like 25, but this is 100%, and I need to do a whole bunch of these clips. Oops. I've never figured out how to get through that area without taking damage reliably. Most of the time I get hit somehow. Oops. So, we're going to start like a whole bunch of boss fights in very short order. So here comes the first one. I heard you like boss skips, right? Maybe. I didn't get it. It's cool when I get that the first time. Or maybe the second time. There we go.
Just clip out?
Yep, you clip out, and for whatever reason that boss despawns. I don't know why. But I will take it. So, I'm going to be like really conservative with my mana here. And just jump over this loading screen. And here comes the hardest trick in the game, or at least it used to be. It's not too bad anymore. Wait, one second. Nope. I gotta get my timing right. Okay, so far so good. Not in the clear just yet though. Alright, we got it. You can still fall. If you'd miss that and like don't hit the water under the level, you'll just fall indefinitely and have to reload the game. So you have to get your timing just perfect.
How'd you find that?
It's actually TJP found that one. Huh. And it's I don't know how he found it, but he found it. Yeah. But this boss doesn't despawn. So we still got to kill him, but come on, there, okay, good. So we're gonna kill him in an interesting way, though. This might be good. That's unfortunate. Oh, and that's when I skipped through the wall earlier and went off the right side. I got a power up, and it makes me take half damage. So I need to go up a little more. And we're just going to do this and kill this boss this way. Normally this boss takes a long time to kill. There he goes. He's dead. So what normally would take like a 3-minute fight takes, you know, 15 seconds, 20 seconds optimally.
What makes him take so long? Just
it's, he has those vines that you saw right underneath me when I was in the wall, and they oops. They block you from getting up to him for like a few seconds, so you can't just constantly attack him, and you have to jump to attack him, so you can't just use your charge shots. So you have to use normal attacks to hit him. And we just did the save warp again. I missed that, but so we got this scale that's going to allow us to go to an area in the game, and this is 100%, so we have to get it and the things that are there. I just realized not any percent. I need to farm some of these things. So this is why the familiar is good. I don't have to go all the way back up to the Blue Mountain area to get these things. And one more, just for good measure. So, we're going to skip a whole bunch of stuff. Normally we can't come do this boss until we've done most of the other... Not quite. Most of the other bosses in the game. There we go. But we're just gonna skip a whole bunch of stuff and go straight to him. Okay, got it. That's good. Alright. I have to be careful to hit the loading zones just right, or else I'll fall indefinitely or have to clip through walls again. This boss is like the most random boss in the game, by far. Where he flies to is completely random except for right there, where he just flies back to the middle every time. And you'll see I always go to the left side of him after he flies to the middle, because if I go to the right, he just tries to fly into you for some reason. If I get lucky in this fight, he will get into a position where I can just unload on him, but like right here, I made a mistake, so oh well. It does take a little bit of concentration to keep paying attention to where those shots he fires are going to come out, and also where the ball is the whole time. The ball is the only thing that's like not random about this fight. If this fight were optimal right now, he would die probably on this next round right here, but I don't know how... Oh, okay. I guess it went pretty well.
Pretty optimal then.
Yeah, I felt like it wasn't. I can't skip this text, so I actually have to mash through it. And you'll see this other familiar comes in off the screen. And now we have the true familiar, which is going to allow us to fly. And we're going to abuse that to... Oops. Let go jump. To quickly kill a couple of bosses. But first, we have more things to collect. Oops.
When was this game made? You said it
was in
the
2002.
10-year
Yeah.
soundtrack, so 2002?
Yeah, 10-year soundtrack, yeah, so, oops. That came out in 2012, I believe. And you can actually still buy the this soundtrack. It's only like, I don't know, $5 on Bandcamp, something like that. So David Salesco made most of the music. It's his soundtrack. There's a bit of music from the game that's not in the soundtrack because he didn't make that music that was in the game. Wait on the familiar to come up here. This is why we need the familiar, so we can come over here and get this stuff also. We couldn't come over here without him. Okay, good. Let's take a safety save, because I can fall off. I'm going to do another out of bounds clip. I actually haven't used the, there we go, the soundtrack on an 100% run in a long time, so I'm not even sure if it's long enough to last the whole run. And there you can see how I abuse the familiar to just kill things while flying, which actually took us forever to figure out. I just randomly was just trying things and found it. And it actually makes the final boss fight like take seconds rather than minutes. And here's the newest route change in this game, which was suggested to me by a guy that goes by Mastigofaran, and I think he's a... Hold on, I gotta kill this guy. From the UK. But he did a really cool... Oh, that's unfortunate. That's actually really bad. All right, that's better. But he did a really cool Let's Play of this game where it's like really informative also. There you go. So if you want to learn just about the mechanics of the game and how it was made, stuff like that, I would definitely suggest checking that out sometime.
So what happened there when you said that was a bad clip? Did you not hit the loading zone? Was that
I just accidentally jumped a second time and then went too high, so I couldn't just land on the heart there.
Okay.
So I had to clip back into that zone just so I could get the heart. I'm just going to use the familiar to fly up here. You don't need him to fly up here. You could go to the left and use a whole bunch of wall jumps. But that's why I needed to scale earlier where I did that second... oops. This is probably my most hated enemy in the game. He just randomly spawns and does a ton of damage and then knocks you all the way down the level. It's terrible.
Kind of like a wall master in Zelda almost, except doesn't take you to the or take you back to the beginning.
Yeah, you just going back to the beginning is kind of your own fault, really. But you can tell he's doing 4 damage, and normally when you're here, you wouldn't have the half damage power up yet. So yeah, he does like so much damage. It's crazy. And something else I should mention, I just remembered that now because of this screen, is the familiar, even though he's fully like leveled up, he'll still go get these things he's supposed to eat throughout the game and not pick you up when you want him to pick you up and fly around. So you kind of have to manipulate him whenever you can if there's those things on the screen. Luckily, this is a area where none of that stuff exists, so I'm not too worried about that. Why would there be fruit in the walls in a place where everything's made out of metal? Right? Come on. So let's see. We only need 1 more heart, 1 more power up, and I think 2 more sub weapons so I can make a jump. And we're gonna get 3 of those things here, I think. You're gonna see a really fun little skip right here. You seem tired. I'm just gonna climb this wall all the way up here because there's like just a gauntlet of enemies in this area. And climbing this, you just have to press jump as quickly as possible because if you just try and do right and left, you'll probably pop out the wall and then fall indefinitely and have to reload. Oh, that's unfortunate. Just shoot some of those just so I can kill some enemies across the screen. My attacks are powerful enough now that they just go all the way across the screen. Like, come on. There you go. So here's Garbage Mouth. We've seen this guy today already, apparently, in the last run. I guess there's actually a lot of parallels between this and Test the Grad. There's scrolls, Garbage Mouth. Uh-oh. Oh, that's unfortunate. Where these things of garbage spawn and fall from the ceiling is just completely random. Again, more randomness. And you can see where they're gonna land by shadows on the ground. I can't see them right now though. He should die pretty quick though. Alright. It is possible to one-cycle this guy. Oh man. Okay, I lied. There he goes. It is possible to one-cycle this guy, but it's pretty difficult to do. I think I'm standing in the right place.
Does your familiar attack right there, or is that...
Yeah, the familiar does attack, especially now that he's leveled up so much. How much... I'm gonna do an extra save right here, just in case we do Easter eggs. There's an Easter egg up there, so just in case, if we have time for it later. But yeah, the familiar attacks. Basically, he just attacks stuff that's attacked you, for the most part. Let's do this again. And then we're just gonna like damage boost through this whole area because we just want to get out. And we take half damage.
And you got a ton of health as well.
Yeah. And I'm not even gonna heal up off of that save point because I just get the last heart piece and it heals me to full. Come on. And then we just come over here and grab this sub-weapon, which is the, what is this thing called?
Trident?
It's something like that. The name is escaping me, though. For whatever reason. Anyway, it's the most powerful sub-weapon in the game, and it also turns enemies into rabbits. It's kind of weird. Come on. You can see that guy right there has like random attacks. He'll either shoot in the air you or do this ground rolling animation. But we're gonna come down here and get, I guess it's like the screw attack from Metroid, and we just become invulnerable in the air just by pressing down. And it's unfortunate that we have to wait so long to get it. And just use the familiar to fly up here, because it's the fastest way as far as I can tell. Oh, there we go. And it makes getting out of here a lot easier if I can actually control my character properly, which apparently I can't.
So you have to instigate that little mid-air flip thing.
You do.
The screw attack, right?
Yeah. It's just pressing down. You do start the game with an animation that's just like a front flip, but you can't use it until, like, it's just an animation until you get that power up.
Okay.
There you go. I was supposed to fall down that hole. Now we're just gonna head towards the final boss. Finally. And this is probably the most annoying part of the game right here. Just because there's so many enemies flying everywhere, and there are fruits in the walls. Oh, apparently none of them spawned this time, which is really good, nice. So the familiar actually picks me up without just flying off. And we pick up the last sub-weapon. And now we have everything in the game. So we can just, we've fulfilled the parts of 100%, and we can go finish. And I can't skip that text right there. If I press escape, for whatever reason, the game will go back to the loading screen of like when you first open the game. And that guy with the cleaver right there, okay, good. In any percent, he will kill you in one hit. Oh, that's not good. Hold on.
They're not leaving you alone to do this clip, are they?
Nah. Okay, and this this last thing right here, I kind of have to be careful with it, just because you can miss the loading zone again and fall indefinitely. So if you remember, I didn't really explain it too much, but when you start the game and one of the boss fights, you fight this guy, who's your half-brother. And he saves you. He's so nice. But now he's dead. It's a very tragic game. Oh, wrong button. Just go ahead and equip the final weapon, sub-weapon, just in case we accidentally use one of them. And here's the final boss. This is Baphomet. And wait for him to start moving. Interestingly, if you okay, good. If your attacks are like inside an animation or inside a character model, your new attacks won't hit them. So you kind of have to space your attacks out properly in order to do the most amount of damage. And it looks like time's about to come up. As soon as his face comes off. Time.
It's 43-48.
Not bad. And then I just have to spam through all of the post-game stuff.
Alrighty.
But yeah,
awesome.
I'm done.
Thank you very much for that awesome run. Yeah, as a reminder, with all that intense action, I didn't have a chance to really plug it, but we are Race to the Finish. We're doing a charity live streams with as many speedruns as we can fit into these next 3 days. We're raising money for Cook's Children's Medical Center in Dallas using Extra Life. If you get a chance, go ahead, check out the donate link in the chat. Send some donations in. All the money goes straight there for a great cause. And if you leave a comment, we'll go ahead and read it on the air for you. So we're going to go ahead and get set up for our next game, which will be Jet Set Radio. Don't go anywhere.